All right. We are here and we are live right now on YouTube. How's everybody doing? I'm a couple of minutes late, about 5 minutes late. I tried to be on time here, but I am here, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm ready to chop up some game with you all. I hope you had a good, prosperous Sunday, a good, prosperous weekend. Excuse me. If I stop abruptly, that means my electricity went off at my home office and I have to do some tweaks and stuff. I've tried to move some stuff around, so the power grid in my home office is real janky. You dig? But if I quit abruptly, if I go off air abruptly, y'all just hang tight. I'll be coming right back. Let me see. Let me let everybody know that I'm live right now, right here on YouTube. I got to stop myself from saying you stream. All right. Well, I'm glad to have everybody tuning in. I'd like to shout out to everybody who went to our my group, Mink Slide. Shout out to everybody who went to our music page. You can follow us on Twitter and Instagram. We just got the Twitter page up. It is Mink Slide Music. That's the name of the band's Instagram page. Mink Slide Music. All right? And I'm just getting some stuff together here to let everybody know we're live. Hold on one second. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. All right. Just putting the show's topic up right now. All right, I just put the show topic up. Shout out to Emmanuel Williams. Shout out to Empress Joya for hitting the Melanoid Ministries. All right. So I just put up a post. I just changed the name. Today's topic, we're talking about being prepared for conflict. That's what we're going to talk about tonight. And let me get in the room. I haven't seen who's in the room yet. Hold on. Hold on one second. Hold on. There we go. All right. So we're in here heavy. Let me shout out some of the folks in the room. Blueprint, Contrarian, Lucky, Herbie Scott. Shout out to everybody. Let me let folks know on Facebook and Twitter. And I gotta get more active on Facebook. I got to get more active on Facebook because, Facebook, it's so funny style. I'm not as active on there as I should be. You got to watch what you say on Facebook. Hold on. Join me live right now. And, all right. And I'm about to go in the chat room and see what y'all talking about now. But yeah, my group, we're going to have our first single. It's called It's Time. The first single is going to be released in a few weeks. The video is going to be released next week. We're going to put the video out next week on YouTube and all that stuff. Okay, this is not the topic I want to talk about, but hold on. All right. So our music video, It's Time, that's going to be out next week. So I want you guys to share that. And also, when we get the single popping, y'all get that pre-order going on iTunes and Google Play and all that stuff. All right. So let me see who's in the room right now. Shout out to Oakland. Shout out to the players in Oakland. The name sounds cool. There's a history behind the name too, but the name sounds cool. I love the name Mink Slide. I've always thought that was a cool name. It just rolls off the tongue, and it describes our band perfectly. You dig? But follow us on Instagram, Mink Slide Music. Follow us on Twitter, Mink Slide Music. All right. What's up from Indianapolis? Mac Molly. Shout out to Mac Molly for hitting that super chat. Everybody, y'all hit that super chat button right there. Let us know you're in the house. Let me see. We got Mac Molly. He hit it. RBGC Walt hit it. Shout out to that brother. Man, so how's everybody doing, man? Some stuff I want to touch on. Black Panther at this point is, $700 million. They done made over $700 million. Let me look at Box Office Mojo and get a correct tally of it. But worldwide, that movie has made over $700 million. That thing is about to hit $1 billion soon. That movie is about to hit $1 billion any week now. All right, yeah, they're at 704 million. This is the second week of the movie, understand? This movie is killing the game right now. And what's interesting about Black Panther, the movie, I'm seeing some stats in Africa. The movie is playing well, understandably so, all over Africa. Now that's very interesting because you never hear about movies and how well they do in Africa. That's very interesting. So look, right now, the money is talking. The money is talking right now. You understand? So it looks like, they might start getting more movies to capitalize off the global black audience. You understand that? It looks like they're about to start doing movies. If that's the smart thing to do, that would be the very smart thing to do. You dig? So black folks need to get in on that. Black folks need to get in on the back end of that. More black people. Now, we've been on it. We've already been dealing with black audience. But as you see, we shouldn't have to wait until the dominant society say it's okay to cater to our own audience. But I want to see how this goes. But I want y'all to understand, they're promoting this movie very heavy. It did well in Africa. And a lot of people are seeing something that I pointed out in the very first review I did the day after the movie came out. The messages in that movie were very interesting, and it was very important for them to portray a certain message. Because again, they don't just put out movies for entertainment value. They don't just put out movies just to put them out. There's always an underlying message that they want to convey. And understand, in Africa, the brother on YouTube, on not YouTube, but on Twitter, he broke this down real good too. And again, I talked about this on my first review, talking about how Africa, there's a lot of young people in Africa. Africa has a big young population. They have a big young population. And understand, when you're dealing with young people, you're dealing with a motivated audience. Your target audience, you want to deal with a young audience. When you deal with a young audience, that audience can roll with you because that audience can not only, it can grow with you, that audience can grow. Like if you have an older audience, like if you pander to, the older civil rights crowd or whatever, you're very limited because shit, half of them got one foot on the coon train and another foot on the grave. So you ain't getting too much leverage out the coons or the older crowd. You're not getting too much leverage out of them. They're very, very limited. But when you deal with the young crowd, you got a motivated crowd. You got a motivated audience. And also, when you're dealing with a young demographic, feel what I'm saying. I'm just telling y'all business. Yeah, and somebody's talking about Ben Shapiro. We're not talking about that suspected white supremacist. What's up, pretty classy lady? I see you. But and I'm not disparaging any older people because you do have people who are older who spit hot fire still, like the Claude Andersons and the Phil Valentines and all that stuff. But when you deal with a younger audience, you're dealing with a very vigorous and motivated audience. They will be quicker to support trends. They will be quicker to get messages out there. They will be quicker to communicate and get things out there. Yeah, shout out to Nearly Fuller too. Um, can never forget him. But I'm trying to give y'all some real life game. So Africa, let's go back to Africa. Africa has a big young demographic. And there's a lot of very smart brothers and sisters over there. When I was in Zimbabwe, a lot of young folks, really, the most of the people who came to see me were young people. Smart fucking kids, man. Smart young people. Africa has a bunch of smart young people. You understand? And they're ready for some good game. And young people are, by nature, very influential. So they can drive a narrative. You understand? So when I was over there, I was dealing with a lot of very smart young people. I'm talking about late teens, early 20s, came out in droves to rock with me. And that audience, the white supremacists, they can look at that both ways. They're like, okay, that's a pool of people we can get resources we can use for our advantage, or they're dangerous if they're indoctrinated with the wrong information, meaning information that's going to empower them. This is why they have always tried to keep young African people, especially the young ones, away from black Americans. This is nothing new. This goes back to the Garvey movement, even before the Garvey movement. They had the Ethiopia movement, where you had Ethiopian ministers going over there to Africa, giving, well, not Ethiopian, that they were black, but they would, see, black people over here in America, they would refer to themselves as Ethiopian. There was like an Ethiopian movement. That was the word for an African. They would have the Ethiopian church, so they weren't talking about Ethiopia, the country, just Africa as a whole. So in the early 1900s, the African Americans, the black Americans, were radicalizing a lot of the Africans. Africans would come over here and get radicalized, quote unquote, and I'm just using their terms for the sake of conversation, but they would get game from the African Americans here and then go over there and be on some rebel shit. You understand? And this got so deep for a long time, they banned African Americans and African American ministers from going to South Africa back in the early 1900s. They actually banned them. They're like, hey, we can't let these African Americans over here. They're radicalizing people too much. And that's one of the reasons why they were so hell-bent on stopping Garvey. They put that coon Negro agent on him. Yeah, Fela Kuti is another one. They never wanted Africans to link up with us and become quote unquote radicalized, and vice versa. And vice versa. What's up, Ola? Speaking of African, my African brother right here, Ola's in the house. But oh yeah, this is some stuff we might have to put in Hidden Colors 5. We got to understand how deep they are about black people in America linking up with African brothers on the continent, continental African. Shout out to Tanya Stewart, my sister. Shout out to that lovely sister. She put something on the Melanoid Ministries. So right now in South Africa, they're waking up over there. In Zimbabwe, they're waking up. That's one of the biggest fears. This is why They love giving us misinformation about Africa. And when you go over there, it's a whole different story. They don't want us to go over there, coming back over here, telling the truth. You understand? They don't want us telling the truth about what's happening over there. When I went over there, look, they're always telling you Zimbabwe is a shithole. Zimbabwe, the whites got kicked out and the black folks are starving. And you go over there and it's absolutely beautiful. The people are doing fine. You know, you have some challenges here and there, but for the most part, the people have a very good quality of life. The place looks beautiful. So everything they told you was a damn lie. You dig? But they stay their asses over there. The white supremacists, they love going over to Africa, laying up there. As a matter of fact, do y'all know there was a story that came out? There was a French dude, a French tourist, who's bragging, and I hope y'all saw this story. Y'all Google what I'm saying. There's this French tourist who's bragging about who he slept with like 1,500 African women in multiple countries, and he got like 600 of them pregnant. You dig? And what they'll do, they'll go to the poor countries or whatever and, you know, take advantage of the people sexually. You know, they go to the poorest parts and do all that bullshit. Yeah, they go over there and try to exploit it as much as they can. And then when they go to certain parts that won't let them exploit them like that, then all of a sudden they demonize the place. When they go to a part of Africa where the people aren't going to let them exploit them like that, then all of a sudden, oh, this is a horrible country. That's the story right there. Shout out to Ola. Same thing just happened to Haiti, too. Y'all know some Red Cross workers, like 21 of them had to resign or they got fired for being over there in Haiti running a prostitution ring. Basically, I won't even call it a prostitution ring. It was just taking advantage of the people sexually. I don't like how they're framing it as a prostitution ring. Basically, they're using food and money and resources that the people don't have to coerce them into sexual favors. You got people who are desperate after an earthquake for food and resources, and you got these dirt bags over there like, okay, yeah, I'll hook you up, but you know, a little sucky in the back. So people are like, fuck, damn. So that ain't even prostitution. That's just you sexually coercing people. You taking advantage of desperate people. So I don't like that prostitution shit, because it ain't prostitution. When the people are desperate and starving and you're supposed to give the fucking resources and you over there tricking it off in exchange for sex, that ain't prostitution. That's just you being a dirty ass bastard. You understand? So we got to really watch the words that they use. We got to watch the words that they use. Yeah, cool. This just happened. They just arrested, not arrest. And that's the thing. They didn't arrest them, but they fired these Red Cross workers. Again, the Red Cross ain't about shit. They ain't never been. That's why I told people don't give a dime to the Red Cross. That's why we got to be on our thing where we can get money and resources to people that are in need. That's why we got to have that grapevine thing going on. It's sex trafficking, of course. But yeah, they've been doing that for a minute, but they just fired these folks. So if they fired some people, that means they were really doing extra. You dig? But it's very important for us to get to these countries, establish a relationship. I've been over there. I'm getting the ball rolling. I like to practice what I preach. I like to walk the talk. When I say something, I like to do it. So I've been to these countries, creating relationships, letting them know that we want to rock with them. So we have to follow through. We have to start following through. We need to go over there and establish relationships with people just to let them know we're here, we're with you. Create relationships. Because, and all of this is going back to the Black Panther. We're going back to the Black Panther because, again, in the Black Panther, the Killmonger character, he represented Black Americans. And I've already talked about how all the shea butter, bed wenches, and bed bucks are throwing salt on the Killmonger character, talking about he's a misogynist and black men like him because black men want to be misogynist too. I already told you they were going to do that. But another message they wanted to give out is that, look, all you young African people who are on the rise, because, see, they're trying to get over there to Africa and exploit some more of those resources. Africa is the final frontier. So there's a scramble for these people to get back up in Africa. They're competing with China and all these other people to get up in there to get those resources of Africa. So you got these young African potential warriors, potential revolutionaries that you have to deal with. So they're trying to get their minds right now. They're letting them know, hey, look, African people, this is why that movie is being promoted so heavy in Africa. The numbers in Africa are amazing. I've never seen a movie do that well all over Africa. Never. So what they're telling African people now, hey, African people, you guys are special, but you don't want to be over there with them. You don't want to link up with them. I know they're your brethren, but they've been indoctrinated with hate too much. So you don't really want to hook up with them Africans, those African Americans rather, those African Americans. They'll come over here to Africa and just mess it up for everybody. See, that's the message, the underlying message that they're low-key trying to put out there, to be honest. The message is, not only don't be like Killmonger, don't be like Black Americans. Don't let these Black Americans get too close to you because they're just like Killmonger. This is how they are. Look at how they talk. Look at all that swag. Don't be fooled by his swag. They'll come over here and beat the women and kill people. That's the message they're trying to do. You understand? That Killmonger character, that's why all of the butter biscuit eating coons are throwing salt on Killmonger. You dig? What's up, Eurasia? How are you, beloved? Eurasia Shakai. I see you. Boy, you got a lot of cleavage going on over there, Eurasia. Shout out to the super chat there. Let me see. Let me shout out to the super chat family. Y'all click that super chat button. Because we're in the house. We got Eurasia. We got Kenneth Sanders. Shout out to Kenny. Black Mariner. We got Creative Wonder Kingdom. We got Lorenza Richardson. Shout out to the family. Tanya Stewart. The lovely Tanya Stewart. Shout out to you brothers and sisters for clicking on that super chat for the Melanoid Ministries. You dig? Said I saw the fun bags with the quickness. Yeah, we got to put this shirt on sale. We haven't put it on sale yet. And I can't wait till we go around the country to start doing the reality show and start showcasing these businesses. I really can't wait for that. That's going to be so fun. And we got to be on a level where we love to see other black people thrive. We really got to get that in our system where we see other black people thrive. And we have to be proud of that. I love to see people, black folks, starting their businesses. I love to see that. And I can't wait to go around the country to meet up with these brothers and sisters out here who are starting their businesses or who have businesses going on. I cannot wait to see that. That is going to be fun. That is going to be great. Well, Kush too. Well, the president of Zimbabwe said that he's not going to give that land back, which is good. And the president of South Africa just said, the new one, he said, we've taken the land back from the former colonizers, and we ain't giving them no compensation. What's up, Kenneth Berry? How are you, brother? You in East Oakland, you grew up in L.A., you go to CSUN. come to CSUN for a talk. Yeah, I live right around the corner from CSUN. Yeah, I live right by CSUN. Yes, Steve, I have PayPal. But we got to understand propaganda. We got to understand threats. We got to understand conflict. We got to be very aware. See, the thing is, we can't continue to wait on the dominant society to give us a confession. What's up, Reggie? See, we want them to come in there with Klan robes, and it's not going to work like that. We have to be hyper alert about conflict coming from the dominant society. There's a group, a white supremacist militia group called Adam Waffen. Adam Waffen, I think that's the name. And they're a deadly ass white supremacist militia group. And they've been associated with a few murders. And I saw a story somebody sent me of Adam Waffen, this white supremacist group, militia group, and some of their messages on these chat rooms. And all they do is talk about killing black people all day, killing black people, killing Jews, killing gays, but really about killing black people. All the time. They sit up and just talk about this stuff nonstop. And the thing is, we gotta open our eyes and be aware of how conflict works. See, we try to bury our heads in the sand because we don't like the way it feels. We don't like conflict. We're uncomfortable with it. We want to pretend that racism ain't that bad. You dig? We got to get off that. We got to get off that. And we got to accept the conflict and the threat in a realistic way. We got to be prepared for that. We got to be physically, socially. We have to be prepared for these white supremacists to go buck wild because they're being allowed to talk online crazy. And the thing is, what throws a wrench in the game is when they do a mass shooting and kill a bunch of other white people. See, that's the thing that throws a wrench in the game. Law enforcement, they're fully aware of these deadly white supremacist groups sitting around talking about killing black people. They just don't do anything. That's because law enforcement, they've been infiltrated by white supremacists. I know they're shooting each other up. See, that's the monkey wrench in the game. Warrior Reed, what do you want me to explain? Explain why what? But, yeah, Adam Waffen. But what's up? Shout out to Memphis. But law enforcement is in with these cats. And we don't understand how law enforcement, they help keep that threat quiet to us. They're not letting us know how dangerous these white supremacists are to us and how much of a threat they are to us. Law enforcement are fully aware of it. They just don't let us know it. Because they don't want us getting prepared. See, the thing is, if we knew and we really understood what the threat was, we'd get on point. Immediately, we'll stop the bullshit and we'll start getting on code. You dig? We will start getting on code heavy. And that's what they don't want. They don't want us getting on code. See, the thing is, they understand when black people have an open threat, an open enemy, we get on code. They understood that in the 1960s. That's why they had to learn how to finesse black people and make us think that, well, racism didn't exist anymore. That's why they had to come up with ways to be covert with it so that the enemy cannot be seen. See, in the 40s and 50s and early 60s, we knew who the enemy was because they would say it. So they had to refine their tactics. So we keep waiting on some of these white supremacist groups to just come on out and tell you who they are. And by the time we know who they are, it's going to be too late. You dig? They're already out here on the underground practicing, getting themselves together. Shout out to Jason Black. He's doing a whole movie called Race War. And he's going into this type of stuff. But these people are very serious. And when it comes to protecting ourselves, we got to get very serious. You dig? See, the thing is, that white supremacist movement, they've always suppressed the threat. That really started in the 70s when they started to repress the threat. They wouldn't let us know who these groups were and what they were up to. Let's go back. How many of y'all remember the Atlanta child murders back in late 70s, early 80s? Where are my old heads? Where are my old school people? And I was living in Birmingham, Alabama at the time as a child. I was a child. So I remember this vividly. I remember this. You from Atlanta and you over 30, you remember it. What's up, Chris Beasley? Yeah, I talked about those murders before. I got a pay-per-view special talking about that. But let me break that down. The Atlanta child murders down in, for those who don't know, in the late 70s, early 80s, there were a bunch of black children in Atlanta getting killed. Just back to back. Just a bunch of black kids getting killed down in Atlanta. And many of them were sodomized before they were killed. But the Wayne Williams dude, he was the fall guy. They got a black dude named Wayne Williams and made him the fall guy. They blamed it on Wayne Williams. No, somebody said the black dude did, but think about this. Wayne Williams, he's still in jail. Wayne Williams been in jail for, 30 years, right? 30-something years. Ain't nobody killed Wayne Williams. And let me tell you something. If you are a molester and you kill kids, you won't last a month in no damn jail. So the thing is, the cats in jail, they kind of know what the deal is. They know that Wayne Williams, he didn't do all that. And let me say something. Ain't no black serial killers doing all that. Let's be real. Let's just be real. Ain't no black person getting away with killing 20, 25 people. No. It was the Klan and white supremacist groups behind those murders. People even said that back then. I remember back then people talking about there were rumors that it was the Klan behind those murders. Everybody was talking about that. They were saying that it was the Klan behind those murders. But then they brought out Wayne Williams. Because see, understand, it ain't. I think the Klan was behind that shit. There's documents that they've suppressed. The Klan and white supremacist groups was behind that. Y'all research that. As a matter of fact, there's this white dude who does like a podcast talking about that. What we've been knowing for years. But understand, the Klan and the CIA all work together, brother. He said it's not the Klan, it's the CIA. Nigga, no disrespect, but the Klan, CIA, FBI, that's all one and the same, brother. That's all one and the same, man. But Wayne Williams was the fall guy. They were doing all types of stuff. It was sex rings. The Klan was in on all that shit. Because understand, the Klan started making a real big comeback in the late 70s. The Klan started to make a real big comeback in the 1970s, the late 70s, right after Turner Diaries. The Turner Diaries was written, I think, 78, where they're talking about a race war and all this old stuff. And people like David Duke came into prominence again in the late 70s. The Klan was rebranding itself. You understand? No. People like the Klan is too stupid to breathe. No, the Klan was rebranding itself. This is when David Duke started to come to prominence. They were cleaning up their image a little bit. They were becoming more astute. It wasn't just the toothless redneck. Understand the game. But the murders, when Wayne Williams was arrested, black kids were still getting murdered. So it couldn't have been him doing all the murders. It couldn't have been him. There were several children still getting killed after Wayne Williams. But they just hid that. Also, at the time in Atlanta, I think they had the first black mayor. So they were getting those black politicians down there. And also, understand, the late 70s, around that time, you still got people, 10 years removed from the civil rights movement. You still got, people 10 years removed from the civil rights movement. So that civil rights energy, some of that rah-rah energy, I'm not talking about the Coon regime, because understand, the civil rights movement, the thing that got things done were the young black radicals, the black folks who were burning down these cities. Now, we're going to a source of power, real talk. We're talking some real talk tonight. But understand, during the 70s, the late 70s, black folks weren't really nobody to fuck with at that time. We were on that shit, black folks, you weren't fucking with black folks like that. So that's why they were targeting kids. Even down in, around that same time, 79, around that time, there was a big riot down in Miami. Black folks was turning up shit. Where are my Miami people? I'm going deep tonight. There was a riot at a mall in Miami, right? Where are my Miami people? I want to get my dates right. I don't want to speak the wrong dates. But around that time, where my 305s? Was that riot in Overtown? Where black folks was turning the fuck up out there in Overtown? It was in 1980, okay. Was it 79 or 80? The Overtown riots. Yeah, a lot of y'all don't, a lot of young heads don't know. That's why we got to give you the history here. Where are my Miami people? Yeah, also, let's go to New York. Around that same time, a couple of years before, 1977, they had that blackout. New York turned the fuck up. That riot in 1977 in New York, that riot helped the rise of hip-hop. They were turning up during that riot in 1977 in New York. That riot was very instrumental in the influence and the rise of hip-hop, because after that riot, everybody had musical equipment. But the Overtown riot was 1980. Black folks turning up. Nigga, black folks would get the shit popping overnight. It didn't take nothing to get black folks to turn some shit up back in the 70s, the late 70s, early 80s. Black people weren't really nothing to fuck with back then. You understand? It wasn't that moist skinny jean bullshit that we see now. Black folks were really about that life back in the late 70s, early 80s. Y'all got an uncle who was around during that time who was a stomped down pimp or an OG gangster. You had some of the real fucking dudes, even out here in LA. But the 70s, you had the Tookies and all these OG gangsters who would knock your ass smooth out. Black folks were not to be fucked with at that time. You dig? So in Atlanta, you got these kids being killed. Black folks are ready to turn all the way up. And the word is that it's the Klan doing it. And law enforcement, they knew the Klan was involved with it. But the thing is, if they had publicly said this, and this is law enforcement talking, if they had told the truth and said, hey, it's white supremacist groups are killing black children in Atlanta, do you know it would have been on and popping? That was their biggest fear. They had to put it on Wayne Williams because they knew once we got confirmation it was the Klan, it's on. It was going to be on like fucking popcorn down there in Atlanta. And they knew it. They knew it was about to be on. It was already about to be on anyway because they couldn't find who the killer was. So black folks was like, okay, y'all better tell us something. Hand me that fucking gas in them rags. Because it's about to, we're going to solve something up at this motherfucker. These black kids keep getting killed. We're going to solve it our damn self. So it was about to be popping down there. Heavy. It was about to be real popping. So they had to bring Wayne Williams out. He was the fall guy. Yeah, it was some clothing fibers, some bullshit as evidence. But the thing is, there were all types of informants who got confessions from Klan members who confessed to killing some of the kids. It was heavy, man. Y'all research that. Research that. Yeah, it was about to be lit down there in Atlanta. Understand? Because there was, look, Atlanta, they know that motherfuckers in Atlanta could turn up when they needed to. Shit, early, a century before that, in 1906, I think it was around that time, in the early 20th century, there was a big riot, race riot down in Atlanta. They tried to turn Atlanta into a sundown town. I think the date was 1906. They tried to run up on the black folks in Atlanta. And what they would do, they would just run all the black people out and take their land and all that old bullshit. Yeah, it was in 1906. And the black folks in Atlanta said, nah, we go, you go. They started fighting back. Black folks in Atlanta started busting back on all them damn white supremacists. Yeah, so there was a riot there in 1906, a huge riot. So they had to, they weren't going to run them out. But in the 70s, though, black folks weren't to be played with. You had the zebra killings. Look that up. You had the zebra killings up in, I think that was the Bay. Wasn't that in the Bay where you had some black folks going around killing white people? It was a group of black people. They were targeting random white people and killing them. Had the whole state shook. They had the whole state shook. You dig? So black folks weren't playing no games back then. Up in San Francisco, right? It was in San Francisco. So the thing is, they put a fall guy out there, but it was really those white supremacist groups behind it because, again, the law enforcement had been infiltrated by white supremacists, so they were looking out for their brethren. So they just made Wayne Williams the fall guy. You understand? But unfortunately, the murder still went on, and they just kept it on the low. That's why, we got to be prepared. We got to be prepared to be doing our own investigation to see who's who, to see what's what, so we can stay on that. We got to be on top of our game, and we got to be prepared for conflict whenever it comes, and we got to stay prepared. See, the thing is, we want to be prepared and then go kick it. We want to be prepared for a minute and then go kick it and be on some bullshit. No. We got to stay ready at all times. Even when you partying, you keep one eye open at the party. You dig? You got to be prepared at all times. Oh yeah, you never heard of none of this stuff. Yeah, this is why the mainstream media, they're not going to give you all the real. The judge was aware of the claim. Okay, but somebody got receipts. Y'all pulling up the receipts. Shout out to James Earl Moan. Let me read this receipt from 91. The Klan link is cited in child killings. Judge hearing a request, this is from 91, for a new trial for Wayne Williams, the man convicted of killing several black youths in Atlanta, said today he was aware 10 years ago that state law enforcement officers were investigating possible Ku Klux Klan involvement in the murder. So there's New York Times articles, and everything I'm saying can be documented. They know the Klan was involved. They've been sealing documents, hiding documents, covering up documents. The Klan was involved in that shit, man. The mainstream media knows this. They just don't put it on out there in bright lights. They kind of put the story out there. Hey, there's some documents that said the Klan was involved. But anyway, back to sports. You dig? They know the Klan was involved in those killings. It's just as simple as that, man. It's just that simple. Wayne Williams, ain't no black person going around there killing all them folks and not getting caught. Yeah, ain't no black folks. And I remember that as a child living in Birmingham. They were saying then, man, it's the Klan doing that shit. And we were told not to go outside for a minute because of the people in the South, everybody was shook about that. So they were like, if you go outside, have your folks with you, you know what I'm saying? Don't be outside by yourself. But yeah, they had to come up with a fall guy. In their minds, if they had told the truth, it would have been on and popping. And they know it. And they know that. All my Atlanta folks know this. You talk to some older folks in Atlanta, they know. You talk to some older folks in Atlanta, they know about the Klan being involved in that. You did? Heavy stuff. Yeah, that Be Home Before the Streetlight thing came on. You got 1804. That's what's up. You're about to watch. How many of you guys do not have the movie 1804? How many, if you don't have 1804, press 2. If you don't have the movie 1804, press 2. If you do not have it. If you don't have the movie, press 2. Because most of y'all should have it. I just want to see who don't have it. All right, King Tom don't have it. JD don't have it. All y'all don't have it. Boy, y'all slipping. Now, all y'all need y'all ass kicked in unison. Every one of y'all, look at all of you. All of y'all need to go to 1804movie.com. Y'all slipping if you ain't on 1804. Y'all know how deep that movie is and you slipping? Go get it right now. Go to 1804movie.com. If you like Hidden Colors, you're going to love 1804. 1804 is very important for you to understand how the Haitian Revolution affected us over here. So it's just not Haitian history. It's a movie about African history. It involved all of us. It had an effect on African people globally. So you really got to get that movie and peep the game in that. There's a reason why the reviews are so great on the movie. There's real good information in it. Yeah, man, people, you got to see that. Because I did a live stream on Instagram last night, and I had people like, hey, man, when 1804 going to drop? Dude, okay, let me start shouting it out some more so y'all know. Let me shout it out some more so you guys will know it's out right now. 1804movie.com. Say you're waiting on your taxes, please. Man. But this is very important why we have to get our information out. We have to tell our story. We have to have our own media. And that's what we're doing here. This is what we're doing. Because mainstream media is just not popping. You're not going to get the real. You're not going to get the real from the dominant society's media, and you're definitely not going to get anything from the traditional black media. I've been going back and forth again with the folks over at News One and all these folks at the Ebonies and the Griots and all these people. They're not going to give you no real game. They're not going to give you no real information. all they're doing, they're just going to tell you what massa wants you to hear, and we're going to give you the information that you need. How do you super chat? Y'all see the right there? There's a smiley face. Look on the screen. Right when you type your words, directly below it, just put your mouse over that and it says super chat. Directly below, right where you see that dollar sign, that's super chat. You dig? I need to holler at Bounce TV. I need to put something together with Bounce TV. I see Bounce TV, they're doing some good things. I need to holler at them and see if we can put something together with Bounce TV. I love to see, black folks doing fly stuff. Yeah, man, I saw that thing about the NCAA using the 13th Amendment not to pay athletes, talking about, well, prison labor. They're using the whole, well, you don't have to pay nobody if they're prison labor. So they're essentially saying that college basketball players are prisoners by citing these laws. Man, he just ordered it. That's what's up, Sheldon. Y'all get the DVD, 1804. Get the DVD now. Did y'all see the game? And I saw little highlights, but the dude from Golden State, the white cat, Zaza Pachulia, a.k.a. Zaza Pacheap Shot. Did y'all see that sucker move where he fell on dude's legs on purpose, tried to injure him? What's up, Linda Anderson? Did y'all see that sucker-ass move that dude did? And he always does that type of shit. I've seen some highlights of him. Yeah, he tried to hurt Westbrook. And he has the complexion for the protection because he does shit like that all the time. He takes cheap shots, and the league lets this dude run amok with that bullshit. I mean, I've seen shit where he's punching people in the groin, hitting people in the face, kicking people. He does dirt. He's a dirty fucking player, man. And they don't do shit to this dude. He's dirty as shit. They don't do nothing to this dude, man. They caping for him now, that fake ass fall he did. Oh, he tripped. He tripped on, what's his name's leg. Fuck out of here. He didn't trip. He fell on purpose. Man, that's crazy. Is Dexter King a co-founder of Bounce TV? He might be. I think I heard that. I think. What's up? Can you make your movies digital releases? Also, would I fund Monique's comedy special? I would work with Monique because I like Monique. I would work with her. Okay, now she's an underdog right now. Tuck Legacy TV. Bread Tuck Legacy TV. And shout out to Bread Tuck for the Melanoid Ministries tithe. Shout out to that. But yeah, I would like to work with Monique on some stuff because I want to see Monique win. A lot of people are dumping on her right now. Monique really should capitalize off the momentum she's received from, talking about what's happening. You dig? What's up, Keith Lee? Shout out to Keith. Shout out to Keith. But the Mink Slide project, the single is going to drop in a few weeks. The video for the first single is a song called It's Time. We played a little snippet. You can hear just a snippet of the beginning of the song on our Instagram page at Mink Slide Music. You can hear a snippet of the single. You can hear the music. And the video is going to drop in the video. We had a great time. I can't wait to see what the video looks like. They're editing the video now. The video is going to be up. I need y'all to share that video all over the place. We're going to make it pop off. You dig? I want to go overseas and do some shows with Mink Slide. I really want to do something in England. Because see, the music that we do, that 80s, 90s style funk, R&B, it has that vibe. That does very well overseas. I really want to get some stuff popping over there and over here too. And over here too. You dig? Shout out to Tiffany Haddish. I like Tiffany Haddish. She's doing her thing. I'm proud of her. Yes, I got a Mink Slide YouTube channel. You can just type in Mink Slide. And we got a channel here. You'll see our logo. We got some merchandise coming soon. I remember the funk group Ozone. They had that song Jiggalette. I remember that. You name some shit from the 80s. I know it. Yeah? Speaking of that, nigga, I'm thinking about doing a crispy skit. I'm getting another, because people have been asking about the crispy puppet skits. I got to get some more crispy skits popping. And I'm going to do one called the Ashy Panther. And he's from a country, Wakanda. And I got... So the Ashy Panther is going to be trying to fight to keep people out of Wakanda. So I got to do a crispy skit pretty soon. Yeah, the Ashy Panther. Yes, it's Wakanda forever. Man, so I got to get that crispy skit popping. And every time he get beat up, he yells, "Are you serious? Are you serious?" Yeah. The lotion takes away his ashy panther powers. Yeah, you put some lotion on him and his powers go away. He has ash. His ash is made out of vibranium. So he has super ash. His ash gives him superpowers. Man. Man. So Tisha Campbell's back on the market. I hate to see that. Tisha Campbell and her husband are getting a divorce. I hate to see that. And they were together for like 27 years. So, hopefully they be all right. I hate to see that. Yeah, Nipsey Hussle's going to be on the show, not this coming Tuesday, the Tuesday after. So that's going to be cool. Trying to see who I should get on the show this week. Say his villain is going to be Coonmonger. Man. So Minister Farrakhan, he did a speech. How was Minister's speech? How was the minister's speech? Man. Bring back Claudia Jordan. Shout out to Claudia, the lovely Claudia. Man. Let me get some calls in here. Let me get the phone lines going and let me see what's on y'all mind. What's up? Yeah, Dame, if you listen to the beginning of my song, the Mink Slide song, It's Time, that vocoder, that's Dame Funk doing that vocoder. Where he's saying, "It's time to party." That's Dame Funk doing that. I brought him in the studio to bless some of it with some funk. You dig? To get a sister on the show, like who? And the phone number is 818-850-5404. That's the number. 818-850-5404. But I don't know, where is Monique? Monique, I know she lives in Atlanta. Is it possible to put a black female in the media doing the same thing I do? Yeah, of course. Oh yeah, of course. Shout out to my side Brunner. Your Cat Stacks, Lord. What happened to Cat Stacks? You know what happened to Cat Stacks? Cardi B happened to Cat Stacks. Cardi B took Cat Stacks' whole momentum. Cardi B took that and ran with it. That wild, ratchet Latina bullshit. What's up? Who's calling?
Hey, this is Nick. This is Nick. I just want to say, I got 1804. I really like the movie. I wonder what you feel about the interview that Monique did with the Breakfast Club. Like, do you feel like it was positive for her or negative for her?
With Monique, the interview, it was kind of all over the place. I felt her on certain things. Some things, I had some issues with. My thing, and I think it was good because she's getting the notoriety. What she should do is utilize that now to build momentum for her own large show. And that would be a great opportunity for her now. That's what she needs to do now. Don't try to get in with nobody. Right now, the industry has pretty much shut their door on her at this point. So she needs to go all in independently and get her own thing popping. And this is the perfect opportunity. You dig? But thanks for the call, brother. Okay.
All right, thank you.
Yes, indeed. Let's try this. Hello. Yo.
What up, bro?
What's up, bro? Who's this? Okay, this nigga. Was that the same nigga? What the hell was that? Let's try this. I hate that this thing rings. You hear the ring. What's up, man? Who's calling?
Hey, what's up? This is Rod from VA. I just want to give you a shout out, bro.
Man, thank you for the call, brother. All right.
All right now.
All right. Niggas just be calling. Niggas just be calling to be calling. What's up? Who's calling?
What's up, man? This is Chris. Chris from Cincinnati.
Chris from Cincinnati. How you doing, brother?
Man, did you see Roland Martin talking stuff on YouTube, man?
What'd he say?
Man, he was talking about how you and Dr. Umar and who else? Somebody else that y'all was beefing or whatever, and that y'all was acting childish and shit like that. He was just pretty much hating because he lost his show.
Now, is that old? Because he was doing that. He did something like that on Facebook a while ago. So is that old?
I don't really. I just seen it today though. Like I didn't see what the time was on nothing, but I just seen. I'm like, damn, that's just like hella hate right there.
Well, y'all send me the link. Let me see what it is. But thank you for the call. Y'all send whatever this is with, because a lot of times y'all be sending me old shit. A lot of times people be like, man, did you see this? And it's like a year old or whatever. So where's the link? And is it new? And it doesn't really matter. It might be old, though. Because people even talking about the beef with me and the Warriors, that's kind of old. It's old. Okay. I hate when niggas get old information and then be... Let me talk to black people about that. We got to be up on information fast. It's old. This is what I'm talking about. Y'all, we got to be up on information fast. We get information late and you don't research it to see how fresh it is. We got to be on top of information faster than that. Yeah, we got that just got out the pen mentality where we get shit hella late, and that's why we lag. People be having information years ahead of us, and we late as shit. Nigga, you heard Heavy D died. All right, brother. You dig? We gotta be up on information faster than that. You can't be out here giving old, outdated information, especially in the internet age, where information a week old is dated. If it's been a week old, that shit is like ancient history. Information on the internet gets updated every hour, man. You got to be up on it. You got to be up on it. And when you relay information, you got to make sure it's information that has not been shared, that a lot of folks don't know. This is why the Hidden Color series was so successful, because we got information that was never really known in mass numbers to the public. You understand? Having new information or information that is unknown, there's an art to that. That's why you got to keep yourself abreast to what's going on. That's why a lot of us, we don't know what the hell is going on, so we get some half-ass information and we running with some shit that everybody already know. We late as hell. We got to be up on laws. We got to be up on economic opportunities. We got to be up on a lot of stuff. I was talking about this the other night. I think yesterday I was doing a live stream on Instagram, and Sweetie, one of my listeners, she's out there in, I think, Minnesota. She got laid off her job. And she was talking about, she's trying to come up with ways to kind of get it together. And I had a conversation with the audience about staying ready so you don't have to get ready. That's kind of what I'm talking about today. Being prepared for conflict. Being prepared. Conflict even means economic conflict, meaning your economics are changing. We got to be in a position, family, where we're prepared for anything with these white supremacists. If you're on a job somewhere, you cannot depend on them to look out for you until you retire. Those days are really over. You dig? You work at these jobs and you putting 120% in the mix and you still get laid off because they are going to have racial solidarity. They're going to look out for their own people. Family, you're going to have to learn how to generate money and income on your own outside of white mommy and white daddy. We're all going to have to learn how to do that. We're all going to have to learn how to do that. She called in with the same issue, yeah. And I was explaining how we have to create opportunities. We have to create financial opportunities. This is where our thinking cap comes in. Because there's all types of money out there and there's all types of money to be made. You have to be creative in many cases. I was talking about how if you want to, you can work a square job. Your job can be your backup. See, a lot of people make a job, a 9-to-5 working for somebody else, their main source of income. If anything, you should make that or look at it as your backup income. Because you can work a square job, ladies. All you need to do is go get a bucket, a mop, and some Windex. Then you got a house cleaning company. You understand? And all you got to do is advertise it. You get you a bucket, a mop, and some Windex. And you have a house cleaning company. And all you got to do is advertise your house cleaning services. Let's get the trolls out of here. We're talking some real game. You just go register an LLC. It's not that much. Ladies, if you be doing your homegirls' braids, you do your sister's braids, and you know how to braid thoroughly, you got a home braiding business right there. Out here where I live in California, especially in the area where I live in the valley. So a lot of people don't want to drive all the way down to LA, the main part of LA, to get their hair done. So you got people, girls out here, who do braids out in the valley and make a grip, because not too many people do them out here. So you take your skills and utilize them in areas that are lacking. You dig? I saw a video of a sister who was teaching twerk classes. I take my hat off to her. That's what you're supposed to be doing. Instead of twerking on Instagram for nothing and then talking about you broke, you got some sisters out here like, look, I'm going to twerk and teach these white women how to twerk and teach these Asian women how to twerk, and I'm going to make some money doing it. You go rent out a space, rent out a dance studio in your city. I'm giving y'all some game now. Ladies, right now, you be popping your little ass. In your city, there's a dance studio that you can rent out for about $50 an hour. Every week, rent that shit out for $50 an hour and then charge other women to come in and take your classes for $20. You get 15, 20 women in there. You done made you a profit. Go in there and pop your ass and show them how to pop your ass. You got you some paper right there. You dig? There's all types of money out there. I talked about this last night. We hired a guy when we had dogs. There's a guy out here called Mr. Pooper. His job is cleaning up dog shit from people's garages. That's his job. He created a niche for himself. It's a white dude. And on his business card, it's Mr. Pooper. And he, for like just $25, he comes to your house and specifically cleans up dog shit outside, in the garage. I'm dead ass serious. His name is Mr. Pooper. And he cleans it. We call him the shit whisperer. He's the shit whisperer. He comes to your house, and if you got dog crap in the garage, he scrapes it up. He shows up. He's a very chipper guy, takes his job seriously. He cleans the garage, cleans it up, and drives back off in the shitmobile. There is a market for that. While you bullshit, especially with these white people who love their dogs. You dig? There's a market for that. He is the shit whisperer. These people out here take them dogs seriously. AKA Mr. Doodoo, yeah. I saw somebody, we were somewhere, we saw a white woman walking a dog and the dog had on some shoes. She had like some shoes on the damn dog. Some of y'all can do that. Y'all can create dog shoes and make a website. The motherfuckers who like dog shoes. There's a lot of money out there. You can be creative. We had dogs. We don't have them no more because the coyotes kept trying to kill them. Well, they killed 2 of them and we only had a couple left, so we had to give them away. We had Coco. That was our last dog. And we tried to get her like a little companion. We got her a dog from the shelter. We had a dog named Diego. And I told y'all about Diego. Diego, he was like a little crackhead dog. He was a trouble dog. I think they had him in a trap house or something. Because every time the dog, he would hear police sirens, that nigga go hide. I swear to God, the motherfucker would hide when he heard police sirens. He'd be chilling, and then when the police siren, woo, he lost shit one time, and then go hide. What the fuck you hiding for? What a dog is this? A trap house ass dog. And be looking around corners and shit. What are you doing? So they clearly had him up in a trap house somewhere. He was the lookout dog. What kind of dog is this? So we gave him away. Yeah, I told you about this dog, man. I told you, I'm dead ass serious. Yeah. Man. Say, hey, he had warrants. But yeah, but we every time we try to let the dogs outside to do their business, man, the coyotes kept coming. The coyotes killed two of my dogs. Yeah, because I lived back then we lived like in the hills, and you can't out here. The realtor when we got the house, they didn't tell us that those coyotes were a threat like that. I mean, they killed the dogs the first night we got there. So they didn't let us know, and we still got little wild animals. There was a coyote in the backyard over here one night. So you got to be careful, man. You got to be careful out here, nigga. Not only where I live, we got dogs, we got little mountain lions that be popping up every now and then. So the shit is real out here. Yeah, it's real out here. No, we didn't. No, we definitely didn't leave them out overnight. We definitely did not leave them out overnight because one of the neighbors told us, like, hey, you don't want to leave your dogs out overnight. So we didn't leave them out overnight. So I waited till the morning to let them out in the backyard to do their business. And I heard commotion. Well, what the fuck is that? And nigga, the coyote came, took one dog off, killed the other one. The other one was laying in the back. Coco was yelping, trying to get us to open the door. This shit was crazy. Peanuts crying. I'm like, damn. Yeah, they were small dogs, so yeah, that shit was crazy. Yeah, them coyotes are not a joke. Coyotes are not a joke at all, man. No, fuck a fence. Do you know how high coyotes can jump? Well, people telling you get a fence. Nigga, coyotes can jump high as shit, man. Coyotes are not a joke. They're wild animals, dude. Coyotes are not a joke. Yeah, and I didn't have my pit bulls. I had to get rid of my pit bulls because I did have pit bulls. My pit bulls would have fucked them coyotes up, but I didn't have my pit bulls. What's them other dogs that's vicious? There's some other dogs that's almost as gangster as coyotes. Is it mastiffs? What's they called? What were they called? It starts with an M. I can't pronounce that name. Hold on. Yeah, because people were telling me to get this this one dog. These one types of dogs. Man. What's these dogs? What's they called? What's those dogs called? Mastiffs? Yeah, bull mastiffs. Yeah, them bull mastiffs ain't no damn joke either. They were like, man, you get one of them. You get one of them coyotes ain't got a chance. Yeah, people like, yeah, you need to get one of them bull mastiffs. You know, Bing Rames had some of those bull mastiffs, and they ended up, I think, killing his caretaker or eating him or some shit like that. Yeah, them dogs got on Bing Rames. He had a caretaker. He had them dogs, and they got him. I think the dude he what he died of something. I don't know if he had a heart attack or something like that, but he got caught slipping around them damn dogs, and the dogs fucked him up. You dig? You dig? So I wouldn't get no dogs like that now because I got little children. Yeah, I got little children, but yeah, those mastiffs, they ain't no joke. Get an electric fence. Yeah, we were thinking about that too. Yeah, them bull monsters are huge. Yeah. Yeah, those coyotes they run in packs and they try to set dogs up, but shit, let a pit bull, let a red nose get on one of their asses. Mastiffs. Okay, my bad. Mastiffs. I'm pronouncing it mastiff. Mastiff. My bad. What's up, Fresh John? To get an elephant? Shit. Man, man, man. But again, look, the Mink Slide project that's coming in a couple of weeks. The video is going to be popping soon, possibly next week. Let me see if you guys are on, because we just got the page. We got our Instagram page yesterday. All right. Mastiff, my bad. I'm looking at the Instagram page for Mink Slide. Hold on one second. Let me see how many of y'all on the page right now. Let me see how many followers we got now. We just got the page popping yesterday. We got over 1,000 followers. Look, 1,143. All right, y'all. So y'all come on through if y'all like that R&B funk vibe. You dig? And the single is going to be dropping in a few weeks. I want y'all to get the advance purchase of the single. It's only going to be $1, so everybody's listening. It's almost 3,000 of you guys in here now. When we get the song up on iTunes and everything, I want every one of y'all to put that dollar on it and get that single so we can get it popping. You need the 1804. Yeah, go to 1804movie.com. 1804movie.com. Say we got that Atlantic Star flow. Yeah, it's that vibe, that early 80s vibe we try to go for. Early 80s, mid 80s. That's the kind of vibe we're going for. We got a little 90s thing in there. You dig? I love that. That sound is popping. You know, there's a group in Atlanta. It's a husband and wife team, the APX. They kind of do music like that. They're thorough. I want to work with them. If I do a show down in Atlanta, we'll probably get them to open for us or something. They're pretty thorough. But that music, that style is definitely, you know, it's back. I won't even say coming back. It's back. And we're going to do that shit right. That funk will never die. It never goes out of style. It never goes out of style. Your background singer, you dig? Water Sniper. You know what's going on with the app. You ask me that all the time, brother. Water Sniper, you ask me that all the time. So I say I got culture vultures. Hilarious. You know, my right-hand dude, Johnny, that motherfucker knows more about hip-hop culture damn than any other black person I know. That's why he's in the group. That's my partner. We are Mink Slide. My partner, Johnny. See, that's our whole vibe and our whole thing is we got that 80s buddy cop vibe. You know, in the 80s. See, that's our whole thing. The whole theme of the group is that the 80s vibe. So that's why we have the look of like Miami Vice, Lethal Weapon, Trading Places, 48 Hours. Because remember, in the 80s, Johnny's the white dude. And Johnny's from Russia, too. Yeah, he's a Russian cat. Big time hip hop head. Big time hip hop head. You know, he studies the culture. That Beverly Hills Cop thing. You dig? Yeah, we got an EP now. But what we're going to do, we're just going to put the single out and then we're going to finish up on the album and get that popping. You dig? Some shoulder padded jackets. What's up, W. Luckett? I will let you know what city we're going to, so just stay posted and I'll let y'all know where we're going to be, and you can let us know what business you got popping and we'll go visit it. Man, to say the 80s were horrible, why were the 80s horrible? The 80s was the shit. Yes, we're always looking for new backup singers. We want to take some folks on the road with us. No, 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 no. He's not a suspected white supremacist at all. Hell no. Not at all. Yeah. Conspiracy is a good documentary. Did I get your message on Instagram about registering social media before announcing names? I think so. So you moving to LA, Derica? No, but the 80s was popping. You got the Ultimate Bedouins video. All right. Get Cheryl Clark on ISM. I'm trying to see who am I going to have on ISM this week. You know, I'm trying to see who am I going to have on ISM Radio this week. See, there's another Tamir Rice case in Florida. Man. Shout out to Reggie, putting some on the Melanoid Ministries. Sheriff Clark is getting divorced. Are you serious? Hold on. Let me look that up. Because some of y'all be saying shit. That's interesting. Hold on. Hold on. I'm going to look that up. Is this white woman leaving him? Hold on. Oh, damn. Shit. He is filing for divorce. Oh, shit. Uh-oh. Sheriff Clark files for divorce. Okay. That's funny. That is funny. All right. Sheriff Clark, 61, filed for divorce from his wife in Milwaukee earlier this week. They've been married since 1996. They met at a double homicide trial, which he was the lead detective. She was the court clerk. Oh, man. Okay. He also created a new company and is working for conservative think tanks. Oh, okay. Okay, what he got going on? Okay. They must be giving him some money. Okay, now let me give y'all some game on that. I just saw that he created a new company called DAC Enterprises based in Maryland and is working for two conservative think tanks, Capital Research Center, America's First Action Policy. Sounds like the white supremacists are giving him a wad of money and he don't want that wife to have access to it. So he's hurrying up to file a divorce because I guess the shit was on the rocks anyway. So he's getting that divorce popping so she won't be entitled to get any of that new paper he's getting because it won't be community property. Okay. So something must have been going on with them for a minute. Okay. Something must have been going on with them for a minute. Yeah, he's getting a new coon check and he don't want her to get none of it. So he's getting that divorce popping. That's interesting. Yeah, he about to get a new coon bag. What's up, Derek Knight? Yeah, I talked about that earlier, Derek, about the NCAA. Who said they're checking the school in Chicago? Who said that? Who said they're checking for a school in Chicago? No, me and Peanut had a very small wedding. Very small. It was real low key. What's up, Sonny Guns out of Natchez, Mississippi? Yeah, so Sheriff Clark, he ain't trying to share the butter biscuits he about to get. He's about to get a whole bunch of butter biscuits. Oh, Lord. He's still talking that checking for school bullshit. Okay. That should just become a parody within itself at this point. That's a parody within itself. What day does that show, The Deuce, come on? That's my shit right there. The TV show The Deuce is good. It's about the New York hustlers in the 70s. Very good show. I know, yeah, I know. I done told you. Yeah, that school is going to be in every damn city. Stop. Oh, yeah, the doctor from the CDC, right? Dr. Timothy Cunningham. This doctor, he done disappeared. It's a black doctor. This brother done disappeared. Dr. Timothy Cunningham. Have y'all heard about that? What's up, Soul of Beauty? Shout out to our sister Soul of Beauty. Yeah, I gotta watch the whole season. Ola, how many seasons of Deuce is it? Is this just one season? Because I gotta start from the very beginning. Because I done watched about 4 episodes and them shit's off the chain. Yeah, so this brother, the high-ranking CDC official, this doctor, and he done disappeared. So Nipsey Hussle is doing a documentary on Dr. Sebi. That's going to be good. I'm going to talk to him when he comes out to the show next week. He was supposed to go home after he got sick at the CDC. And we got to watch out for that, man. When black folks, I've talked about this many times, when black folks get certain positions and they start to know shit, when black folks start to get a little too much information, you notice we start disappearing. When we see something we're supposed to see, all of a sudden you can't find us. Like that judge, that female judge in New York, she disappeared, and they found her in the damn river where she drowned, but wasn't no damn water in her lungs. Then they stopped. Then they moved on with the investigation. I told y'all it was some funny business going on with that judge. They found that judge in the water in the river. I said, ain't no sister that is like in her late 60s about to jump in no damn river and kill herself. That ain't happening. And later on, they did an autopsy. They didn't find one drop of water in her lungs, meaning she was dead when she was thrown in there. You do not drown with no water in your lungs. That means you didn't drown. That means you were killed and thrown in the water. You dig? All of a sudden, we start falling off shit, just like that brother in South Africa. That brother came up with this water filter concoction. All of a sudden, he fell out of a damn building. Yeah, it goes back. We always get accidents. Going back to Sam Cooke. Sam Cooke's murder was very mysterious. Let's go back to Donny Hathaway. Donny Hathaway was a very thorough singer in the 70s. This brother was about controlling his catalog. Powerful brother. They said he jumped out of a window. You understand? What's up, DJ Blue? Event DJ, shout out, man. Play out. You better play our stuff when it comes out, brother. Thank you. You'll be playing our single at your events. I respect that, brother. Bar Marley, too. Look at some of these folks. Jimi Hendrix, too. Come on. Prince, too. Look at all these influential people with these crazy-ass fucking deaths. You understand? Yeah, King family member drowned in the pool, and Dr. King's mama got shot in the church. Come on, man. Whitney Houston. Donny Hathaway told James and Toomey that people were trying to kill him. I believe that. That's why I like chopping it up with them old heads. They give you the game. They said he had schizophrenia. They always say that. They say that. You dig? They say that. A CIA admitted to killing Bob Marley. What was that brother? And I talked about this earlier on Facebook. That brother was a very rich brother who wrote that book, Why Should All the White Guys Have All the Fun? Reggie, what the fuck is that brother's name? Reginald. Oh, let me look it up. Y'all will know it. This brother was giving up the game on black folks getting some money. Why should... Hold on. Why should all the white guys have fun? That's the name of the book that brother had. It was Reginald Lewis. This brother was a billionaire. And that book, it was a bestseller too. He's dropping game. And you rubbing that shit in their faces. See, the thing is, when a black person has some money, you're supposed to be humble and shut up and be on some buck dancing shit. And he's up there on his book, yeah, why should all the white guys have fun? Let me give you the game too. And then he got that aneurysm, that aneurysm shit that everybody keeps dying over. Khalid Muhammad, he got an aneurysm. Johnny Cochran, aneurysm. You dig? You watch out for these people with these damn aneurysms. Man. Yeah, you watch these people, black folks, get these mysterious aneurysms. You watch that. Isn't that how Amos Wilson died? Dr. Amos Wilson. Didn't he die? Was it an aneurysm? What's up, Brent? You said go to church? I'm not sure. I heard that. Dr. Amos Wilson. Was that how where my old school heads at? They know. So Amos Wilson, I could have swore they said it was an aneurysm. Excuse me, I'm sorry. I know Johnny Cochran, they said it was a brain tumor, aneurysm, whatever. So Amos Wilson died in the hospital for some unknown reason. So they didn't even get the lie straight with him, right? You know, Dr. Sebi, he died mysteriously. When they called him down there, they got him and arrested him down there in Mexico. Then he died a few days later. Yeah. Erica Garner. Oh, Delbert, he died of old age. He was an older brother. He was an older brother. Man. But you watch how prominent people, black folks, get these crazy ass deaths. Or some heart attack that then popped out. Just like Erica Garner. They said she got brain damage after she had a heart attack. Yeah, Steve Coakley, yeah. Yeah, we got to really understand, herbs and all that stuff. Yeah. Betty Shabazz died in a fire, and they blamed it on the grandson. You dig? But yeah, those mysterious heart attacks that we die of. When Dr. King was killed in Memphis at the hotel, the woman at the hotel, the secretary, she died. Some people said she was killed to shut her up. Y'all don't hear about that. I want y'all to look that up. They said she died of a heart attack. Watch them heart attacks too. Them heart attacks that pop up out of nowhere. Even Bobby Hemmett. Question that. Bobby had that heart attack. Luther had that heart attack. You understand? Bernie Mac had that, he had like a flu and all this stuff. But when Dr. King was killed, there was a woman working the switchboard at the Lorraine Motel, and the word was, once she got news of what happened, she had a heart attack and died. You understand? Watch these real weird heart attacks people are having. Rick James. Now, I know Bobby's alive, but he had a heart attack. Bobby's alive, but he had a heart attack. Because my thing, I'm like, well, shit. These black entertainers, they be having heart attacks left and right. And you got people like the Rolling Stones who done done every drug known to man, and they're still alive. You got all these, Alice Cooper and all these old white rockers who look like skeletons right now with every drug and disease in their bodies, and they still around. I mean, damn. Shit. All them old druggy rockers are still around. They ain't dead. They run around looking like zombies, alive as hell. Hell, I don't even blame it on cocaine. Look at all these rockers. Ozzy Osbourne, he can't even talk. He's still walking around. None of them die. They old as fuck. But R&B singers, they done died at 40 and 39 and all this old shit. Charlie Sheen. That motherfucker got AIDS, all types of drugs in him. He's walking around here chilling. So fuck that. That's why, how come Betty White, I ain't say she's on drugs or nothing, but damn, Charlie Murphy. We get all these mysterious diseases and illnesses. Man, Alice Cooper didn't he used to eat raw animals, bite the heads off birds and rats? And come on, man, these people got diseases, hepatitis, they got every damn thing. Well, Tommy Lee and Pamela Anderson, didn't they say both of them had some hepatitis? Allegedly. Man, please. Alive as hell. Man, those rockers would do all types of, they would drink blood, piss, shit. And they walking around here still getting their publishing. You dig? They walking around here chilling. Yeah, Ozzy Osbourne used to bite the head off chickens. Man, those dudes would do all types of vile stuff back in the day. You should do a doc on John Horse and Black Seminoles. Yeah, yeah, I love the story of the Black Seminoles. Man, well, shit, that's funny, man. Yeah, we gotta watch stuff. We gotta watch stuff, and we gotta watch who's around us and who's trying to come up. You dig? That's why I still want them to investigate Gary Coleman's death. Shit, I was talking about that the other night. When Gary Coleman is married to that crazy white woman, they didn't like each other. I don't know why they were married. They couldn't stand each other. And I think to this day that white woman murked Gary Coleman, little ass. Gary Coleman from Different Strokes. I think that white woman murked him. I think she murked him. She saw there might have been a little money somewhere coming in. She like, fuck this nigga. Let me kick his ass down a flight of stairs to get this paper. Yeah, because they did not like each other. I don't know why they were married. I have no idea why they were married. She seemed like she couldn't stand him. He couldn't stand her. Poor Gary. Poor Gary. Yeah, they said Gary died. He was in the hospital because he fell. And Gary is like 3 feet fucking tall. So a fall, that's not going to hurt him if he just fall. That nigga was pushed. She said he beat her. Well, the thing is, Gary Coleman is 3 feet tall. So look, if I'm 3 feet tall and you run up on me, I'm going to batter you. I don't look, if I'm 3 feet tall, you better get in where you fit in. People kept trying to jump on Gary Coleman, man. Fuck that. I feel him. He had to go to court. Remember, this big old hood rat jumped on Gary Coleman and tried to jump on him. A big old hood rat she took him to court trying to come up. I guess she was trying to get her a couple of dollars, because Gary, they were trying to embarrass the brother because he had to work at the mall as security. And the sister was like, yeah, Gary Coleman was talking shit to me. You were fucking with him. And he climbed up on something and whooped her ass. And she tried to sue him. And he went to taking Gary Coleman to court, trying to bully the little dude. Gary was mad. Yeah, Gary was jumping on people's windshields. And the chick tried to play the race card on you. She's like, Gary told me he said something racist to me. Like both y'all like, he's like, that's why I don't fuck with y'all niggas. I don't blame him. Shit. They turned Gary into a little angry coon. He was coon. He's like, look, that's why I don't fuck with niggas no more. Y'all jumping on me, fucking with me. I'm trying to get this little security check. Gary had to put hands and feet on her ass. Leave Gary alone. He's 3 feet fucking tall. He's supposed to whoop your ass if he can. If I'm 3 feet tall, I'm going to whoop your ass any way I can. I don't give a shit who it is. If I'm 3 feet tall, I'm trying to do my job, and a big old burly hood rat is trying to fuck with me, I'm going to get a brick and bust her in her damn throat with it. And then I'm going to show up in court in a onesie. I'm going to show up dressed like a fucking baby. I told y'all that I'm coming to court with a Puppy Pals onesie on and a bib with some Infamil formula on it. I'm going to be smelling like baby powder. I'm going to come in there drinking a goddamn Capri Sun, looking like a damn infant. You ain't going to just jump me and whoop my ass when I'm 3 feet tall. No, I'm going for mine. I'm going for mine. I'm going to have my own pull-ups in a backpack. I'm going to come in with a backpack with some pull-ups in there. And I'm going to be on the stand. Your Honor, can somebody change me? I made boo-boo. I'm going to be in there acting like a fucking baby. I'm going to be acting like Crispy. She stole me. That big old bitch stole me. That raggedy black bitch stole me, everybody. I'm going to be cooning like, I'm going to be a baby coon like Crispy. Is that raggedy black bitch serious, everybody? Is that bitch serious? Are you serious? She stole me. I'm going to be sitting in a stroller on there. Man, Gary should have played that up. Man. Lord. That's how you got to do it. Man. But anyway, man, let me get up out of here. Shout out to everybody who has contributed to the Melanoid Ministries tonight. Shout out to the family. Shout out to you. Much love and blessings to you for supporting the Melanoid Ministries tonight. Let me look and see who's in here. Eugene Davis. Shout out to Eugene. Again, shout out to Bread Tuck Legacy TV. Much respect to you. Much respect to everybody in the room. Tune into Ism Radio this week. I'm trying to see who we're going to have as a guest on the show. I'll figure that out and all that. Everybody go to 1804movie.com if you don't have your 1804 movie DVD. 1804movie.com. 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 Y'all can throw that last super chat ministries tithe in there for the culture. All right, 1804movie.com. Also go to hiddencolorsfilm.com. Again, Mink Slide coming soon, our first single, It's Time. The video will be out next week. We got the lovely Layla. We got the lovely Bree. They're in the video looking like two snacks. You dig? So you guys don't want to miss that. The video is fine. We got some real nice fly ladies in there. So the single's coming soon. So I'll keep you guys posted on that. Follow Mink Slide Music on Instagram and on Instagram and Twitter, and subscribe to not only this channel, the Tariq Radio channel, subscribe to the Mink Slide channel so you'll be the first to see our music video when it comes out. You feel me? All right. I'm about to be up out of here, man. Much respect to you guys. Y'all have a good night, family.